Hello everyone, Jason, Dory Woodman. So we got a request to show you from someone just about how to create a connection between the interface, which is your piece here, on the Mitsubishi Ecodan, so that you can access the MELCloud app, register it all up, and then basically use it as an app to control your heating, hot water, etc. Depending on your heating control, obviously. So I'm just going to quickly go through it now, just to give you an idea of what needs to be done. Okay, so we've already linked this up to the internet, but I'll show you quickly how we would normally do this. Now, generally speaking, this item is your interface. This is your wireless connector. It's normally wrapped up in a reel or a roll and kind of used a clip tie or whatever just to kind of bind it all together, and it's in a jiffy bag. But this is actually your point, which is quite important, and you get a little back box to seat it in. Now when this is, when it comes first out of its packet, you'll just have a unit light flashing. Now in order to get into a mode to connect up to the internet, you need to press the mode button. Not one that you press with your fingers, because it's just two, so you can see it's quite indented in there, so we have to use something thinner to do so. So all you'll need to do is just hold down this mode button. I'm just using a bit of wire here that the electrician kindly left behind, and then you get this flashing mode. From this mode, whatever your modem is, if you've got a BT hub or a Virgin hub, go down to the WPS button. Okay, press that WPS button so that the hub starts to search. Once it's found this will then go from a flashing mode button to what you should get is that going, and then that will be flashing too. Okay, that means you're up and running on the internet. Brilliant. Now I'm going to show you the next phase on the MELCloud app. So you're going to need to download the MELCloud app. Go to your app store, MELCloud. That's the app that you need to download. Once you downloaded it, you'll be faced with, well, you'll have to register, but you'll be faced with this after you've registered. Register new equipment, and then you'll come up with this. Okay, quite simple. You can get the QR off the back of the unit, so we take the unit off of that and we'll put scan code. There we go. That was very, very quick. So we put that down as a new installation. Now we've already registered the details, so all of the details for your indoor unit and your outdoor unit will be on the cylinder and on the heat pump itself, where you'll have the serial numbers and the code for the units. Install date, we are in August. We'll set that. Next, we'll add a new building. So I'm just going to put Kimber. It's residential. It's a house. You can put in whatever your address is. So just for this sake, I'm going to put 2 address here, there, and TYTH. No, it's RH 10 9 TF, just a sort of building number. When was the building? Well, we can guess that. We'll just put 1948. I mean, you will know, obviously we're just doing this for an example. You can set that. Has it got gas supply? No. It'll put you onto there. That's basically our office address. And then you can, it says add floors. We tend not to unless you've got multiple units. Don't worry about areas. This is the ID code. Give it a name. We'll call it that for now. you can take a photo of the install, which we've got just here. Lovely jubbly. Use that photo, save it. Do you wish to register another interface? No, we don't. Okay, so we've registered the interface and we're all active and ready to go. Now, as you get into the app, you'll see a couple of different things on kind of your home page. It's judging about what the weather's going to do. So it's obviously using the internet to look at local weather reports over the next few days, and that will obviously adjust how the heat pump's going to start working in terms of, you know, preparing itself for weather compensation, etc. I've got here 2 points, and we've got 2 zones running, but we're using third-party control. However, if you've got wireless Mitsubishi controllers, you will control the temperatures via this by simply going up and down on the controller here, and then that will register that to the thermostat for, you know, maybe the ground floor, the first floor, etc. Then we've got our tank temperature, so we can see that the tank temperature is at 50 degrees, and also, you know, we can prompt that up if we need to. So if we're set and our tank temperature is 55 degrees, for example, if I clicked hit now, it will start regenerating that hot water up to 55 degrees. We've got presets at the top, which basically means that, you know, if you set up different timers and stuff, maybe you work away a lot, and you know, for a certain week you might have a preset that you want to set to, then, you know, that will also give you the option to kind of set your different presets depending on how your lifestyle works. And if you hit the action button in the top right, then there are other options. So for example, holiday mode, we've got timer, where you can simply adjust, you know, different times at events. So you could put on, you know, you can select your hot water, for example, and maybe you want it to come on at 6 in the morning and finish at 8 o'clock in the morning, and, you know, a bit later on in the day, etc. That can all be set to on there also. And then you'll also have an option, so I've got a few on here because I'm looking after a few people's installs, but if you clicked on reports, for instance, after a while, so if you give it a week, you can start looking at energy usage, and, you know, we won't have anything on our one particularly right now, but it's too early days, but you can view the energy reports and you can see, you know, how much heating, how much hot water you're using, how many kilowatt hours are expected to be used, or that you would have used, for example. So you can, you know, you can check if your electricity bills, etc., are starting to creep up in the winter. You can see exactly, you know, what the heat pump's doing, and if that is, in case, you know, contributing to the efforts. So you can see there's lots of information that you can obtain, and also control that you can have using this app. This also allows us as an installer to be able to access this if there's an issue or an error or something that comes up, or maybe you need something tweaking, or, you know, you're not 100% sure if things are working correctly, or something's maybe a little bit too warm, for example. You know, it gives us a chance to kind of look at that, monitor the data alongside Mitsubishi themselves, and, you know, it saves us having to, you know, come out for something that could be very, very simple to do without actually being on site. So it's very, very useful. So there we go, guys. I hope you found that useful. Thank you for watching, and if you have any other requests, please let us know.